Is your Canon gear breaking down after just a few years? Are you paying more for repairing your lenses? Well, we found Canon documentation that proposes to reduce the internal lens wear and tear due to that flexible printed circuit board, reducing repair costs, increasing the lifespan, and allowing Canon to produce lighter and smaller lenses. I'll break it all down for you step by step, but if you are serious about staying ahead of the latest camera gear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel grow, and it keeps you in the loop. In Canon's patent application, JP 2025-075821, filed on October the 31st, 2023, and published May the 15th, 2025, Canon claims to provide a lens apparatus including a guide portion capable of reducing damage due to that flexible printed circuit board. Inside most modern zoom lenses, you're going to find IBIS as well as autofocus systems. And of course, to make all this happen, there's that flexible printed circuit board that carries the signals between the lens components. And this printed circuit board, more like less of a board and more of a ribbon, as you're constantly using that lens, as you're zooming in, as you're using the focus system, as it's doing image stabilization, over time that printed circuit ribbon is bending, it's moving back and forth. And as you can imagine, over tens of hundreds of thousands of different movements, you're going to create a wear and tear. And once we get a break within that cable, guess what? Your lens no longer works, requiring you to send it in for service and increasing your repair costs. So it looks like Canon, in their infinite care of their community, has come up with, well, a patent application that helps reduce the wear and tear so that way it can save you money on the repair costs. How nice! Canon redesigned the internal guide system to give that printed circuit ribbon more room and safer movement when the lens zooms or focuses. The first region, 9A, guided by part of the moving lens barrel, 13A, with the second region held by a fixed section, 12A, and that U-term region, 9C, the folded part that moves and bends as the lens operates. Well, in the new design, the third guide, 12B, with an angled surface that gently scoops up any bulges in the cable. Well, in the new design, there's a third guide, 12B, with an angled surface that gently scoops up any bulges in the cable. There's a recessed area, 7B, in the base of the lens so that the guide has room to move and won't press the cable against anything hard, wearing it further. And then, of course, there's the hemming bend at the edge of the guide to reduce the pressure and prevent tearing when the cable bends sharply. All these parts are arranged so that the cable safely sandwich to allow the move. Any deformation, like a bulge, is caught and corrected. It won't get pinched in between moving parts, even if things go out of alignment slightly. Essentially, what we're getting with this patent application is a durable, more rugged printed circuit ribbon. I'm going to call it a ribbon, despite the patent calling it, well, a board and a cable. So that more durable cable, that's going to allow us to be able to operate without fear of our lenses breaking while we're in the wild. And that would be a bad thing, especially if we didn't have access to a backup. Fewer lens failures. This redesign reduces the chances of that printed circuit cable from tearing, which is a common failure in aging lenses. And if you have a lot of those older zoom lenses on the EF mount, you know what I'm talking about. Now, for you and I buying a new lens, such as the 100 to 500 millimeter here, this really isn't such a big deal. And when you look at the warranty, even in places like Australia, where it's 5 years. Everything you buy electronics, it's 5 years, not 1, 5 years. Still, let's say you own that lens 10, 15 years later, and one of those printed circuit cable breaks, tears, what have you. What are the odds that you're going to be able to find that part 20, 30 years from now? And if you do find it, what are the odds that it's going to be affordable? Given the level of detail that I saw in this patent application, I'm pretty sure that Canon's going to use this in pretty well every lens that they make. Why? Why not just L series? Well, for a simple reason, cost containment. Because by producing this type of, well, how should we call it, printed circuit ribbon or cable, by reducing the number of components that are used and by making it cheaper, it fits in with their overall strategy, their goal of producing lighter lenses that take up less space, that are less costly to produce. And we're seeing this across the board. This 100 to 500 millimeter, for example, is much lighter than I expected it to be when I bought it. And that's because this whole tactical response to higher manufacturing costs and to also produce better quality lenses wasn't just to improve the optics, but it was also to improve their bottom line, to reduce the number of components, the cost of lens. By reducing the weight, that reduces shipping costs. By reducing the size, they can get more lenses on a platter, further reducing costs throughout the entire logistics. And that's a big deal. And this 200 to 800 millimeter, it is really light considering how big it is. And that's why I see this patent application. If it's not already in lenses like this 200 to 800 millimeter, well, it's going to show up in lenses in the future. Zoom lenses. There's really no need for it in primes. But again, who's to say? Who's to say what sort of, well, code Canon puts in the lenses? And to do that, they can do it chips. But if they need multiple components, chips, capacitors, transistors, resistors, well, then you're going to need some sort of printed circuit, ribbon, or cable. And that's why this is a big deal. So what do you think? Do you think this is going to benefit you? Are you excited by this type of patent application? A lot of times when I see these patent applications, I look at them and say, would this make a good teaching moment? And for me, every time I read these, I learn a little bit more about the patent applications. But for now, I want to say thank you. Thank you for watching this video to the very end, and thank you for using my affiliate links, the ones that I have in the description down below. By using those, you're literally helping keep the lights on this channel. I don't use any sponsorship ads. So whenever you buy anything from my links from B&H, Adorama, or Amazon.com, I get a small commission back of between 2 to 5%. And it doesn't happen every day, but when it does, it's very much appreciated. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video to the very end. Have yourself a great day, and we'll see you again soon.